Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Hello and welcome to the second episode of the EY Passion to Win series, which showcases the inspiring saga of the winners of the EY Entrepreneur of the Year Awards 2014. Our first achiever today is a zealous leader who turned around the fortunes of a struggling enterprise to catapult it to the world's sixth largest off-highway tyre manufacturer in the world. The winner of this year's EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award in the category of manufacturing is the CEO of Alliance Tyre Group, Yogesh Mahansaria.
Coming from a family of entrepreneurs, Yogesh Mahansaria started working at the age of 18.
The family business was in textiles, was in paper, was in tires. And when I was in college, my father thought it would be a good idea for me to start coming to office, partly to keep me out of trouble. My father thought it would be good for me to actually learn the ropes in a business that wasn't doing so well, so that I'd get a good idea of how things can go wrong and the steps one needs to take to make things right. I spent most of my time in our tire plant, which was located in Aurangabad at that time. So I used to stay for weeks on end in Aurangabad and had the unique opportunity to learn from the shop floor how tires are made, the technology, the machines, the science behind it. And I think that was really a very good learning curve for me.
At a time when the family business was struggling to survive, Yogesh Mahansaria came up with the idea to export their tires.
I joined the business in '93, and that was the time when the liberalization had just started and the economy was not doing well, people were not spending money. The market that we were selling to, the scooter motorcycle OEs, they were struggling, and as a result of that we were struggling and losing a lot of money. And those days the government, which was keen to get foreign exchange, was really giving a lot of incentives to develop exports. And the family told me, look, why don't you see if there is a export market for these products. And so I started in '95, started traveling to Europe and the US. But in that period what happened is we received a lot of requests if we could make some small farm and construction tires, where the European and American companies were looking for a low-cost source. It was a very interesting period where we went through a lot of product development. I went through a lot of market development, building up customers around the world, building up the product line they wanted. And by the year 2000, it had reached the point where the company that was struggling and losing money consistently till '95 was reasonably profitable, able to sustain itself, exporting half its production and growing slowly but steadily. And then in the year 2000, my uncle, who was running the business, unfortunately he passed away in an air crash. By default, I became the CEO of the tire business. What was happening is that if we were making 10 rupees on the export, we were losing 9 in the domestic market. Finally, I took the call and we wound down the local market. Because we only focused on the international markets with our agriculture and construction tires, we were able to grow the business very rapidly. So in a short span of 5 years, the company went from revenues of 70-80 crores to almost 600 crores. It was by far the most profitable tire company in the Indian market.
By 2006, Yogesh Mahansaria had moved out of the family business and had developed a partnership with Warburg Pincus.
We started talking to the folks at Warburg in their office in Bombay, evaluating different opportunities. And at that point in time, we got the opportunity to buy an Israeli tire company which was in the similar agriculture and construction space. That business came up for sale. We liked the business, but we weren't sure around the geopolitical risks. And around that time, Warren Buffett had just paid $4 billion to buy 80% of a large Israeli company in the metalworking industry. And Warburg's view was, look, if Warren Buffett can go and spend billions in Israel, the country is not going anywhere. That gave us a lot of confidence. So we started the process together with Warburg to buy to make an offer for the company in Israel. We felt that it would be difficult for that business to operate as a standalone business if it was not complemented with low-cost manufacturing capabilities. So we started putting up a plant in India in 2008 and commissioned that plant at the end of 2009. And then whilst we were doing this in 2009, we also had the opportunity to acquire a distribution business for off-highway tires in the US called GPX, and spent the last 2-3 years really consolidating both the acquisitions and the greenfield plant in India, scaling it up. And in this fashion, we've been able to build up a company which is about $500 million in revenues today, solidly profitable, and one of the world leaders in the agriculture and construction tire market. We have a clear vision that we want to be amongst the top 2 players in this world, and I think that's really what that's really what brings me to work every day, the desire to take the company there.
It's time for us to take a break here on the passion to win, but when we return, the story of a second-generation entrepreneur who shifted gears from automobile to the world of finance.